Oh, here we go.
Tits.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another SugarTits video. So apparently, and this is a thing, I didn't even fucking know about this, people are questioning whether the French president's wife has a dick.
Oh my God!
Now I know there's a whole lore behind this situation, but I'm just finding this shit out for the first time. So I'm going to be taking a look into this scandal, which is affectionately being labelled Dickgate. Actually, no, it's not being labelled that. I just thought it had a good ring to it. Just wanted to beef up that title, you know, put some balls on it. Is she a dude? Is she not a dude? Is he a dude? Who fucking knows? But let's see if we can't figure it out. Now, as I said, I had no idea Dickgate even existed until today, when I came across an article that said Candace Owens, the US influencer, is being sued by Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron for defamation for claiming Brigitte has a knob. Le knob. Un petit knob. The 218-page complaint against Candace Owens was filed by the Macrons in Delaware Superior Court and seeks a jury trial and unspecified punitive damages. In a statement released by their lawyer, the Macrons said they filed the lawsuit after Miss Owens repeatedly ignored requests to retract false and defamatory statements made on an 8-part YouTube and podcast series called Becoming Brigitte.
Everybody should be aware this is happening. What is happening in France is definitively the craziest political scandal in human history.
They said Owens' campaign of defamation was plainly designed to harass and cause pain to us and our families and to garner attention and notoriety, they said. We gave her every opportunity to back away from these claims, but she refused. It is our earnest hope that this lawsuit will set the record straight and end this campaign of defamation once and for all. I mean, there is one way you could prove you're not a dude, and I'm not proposing that she drops her dax in front of everyone and just shows her mutkavan to the world. I mean, that would work. It'd be fucking gross. I mean, the last thing anyone wants to see is battered up old decaying French granny pussy. But she could always, you know, release DNA results. So apparently Candace Owens has not only claimed that Brigitte is a man and has a dick, she also said that Emmanuel and Brigitte are blood relatives, ew, and that Macron was chosen to be France's president as part of a CIA-operated mind control program. Okay, shit. This is digging into some real fucking lore right now. I'm not gonna go that deep. Let's just find out if she has a dick or not. This post from DOT.com says, Candace Owens was right. Emmanuel Macron's wife is definitely a man. To think that society normalized a 39-year-old woman getting in a relationship with his/her 15-year-old student is sadly irresponsible. Wow. I did not know that. That's first-degree pedophilia. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. And here's the video that went along with the post. Whoa, those are some fucking big-ass, robust shoulders. Alright, in terms of shoulder mass, that's not doing you any favors. I mean, it could be shoulder pads under that jacket, I don't know. But that shit is wide. Okay, I believe we're either zooming in on the hands or the dick here. I can't tell. I mean, the hands don't look that big, and it is pretty hard to see a dick bulge in those black pants with the quality of this video. I don't know, everyone. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Can you see dick bulge here? Now, when I told Bering today that I was doing a video about whether Emmanuel Macron's wife is a man, he very astutely said, oh, that's a man. That's a fucking man, no doubt. Hands down, that is a dude. And I said, really? What makes you say that? And he said, have you seen that video of his wife smacking the shit out of him on the plane? And I said no. So let's take a look.
Brigitte apparently hitting her husband in the face.
Oh, come on. That wasn't a full-on slap. That was a bit of a love tap. It looked like she kind of pushed his face away more than slapped the shit out of it. Not that I condone that shit. You should never put your hands on your partner. Although they've got some weird old teacher, young boy student relationship going on anyway, so this probably happens a lot in their bedroom. Ooh la la. He didn't look fucking happy though, did he? Look, he's trying to cover it up by waving.
There is nothing to see here. Everything is okay. Bonjour, everyone. I am Macron, the president of France. My wife is just a little bit grumpy. You see, her pantyhose are strangling her balls.
Oh yeah, he's not happy. Look at that awkward walk off the plane. Shit. I'm still not getting man vibes from that slap though. Maybe you guys can send me more damning evidence. So here we have some facial analysis. I've been listening to Candace Owens' series Becoming Brigitte. I am now convinced that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man. And here we have a side-by-side comparison of a photo from Brigitte's early years to an older one. And I love the circles and the arrows and shit.
Here you can see the receding hairline. The chin is very prominent. And the dimple.
Why the fuck do the dimples in the nose matter? Oh, okay. I think this is to do with the conspiracy that Brigitte is in fact this photo of a young boy and that the similarities are there. So the dimples and the nose are the same. So let's get into what Candace Owens actually said that's pissed off the Macrons so much. You know, other than his wife having a dick.
You were born a man and you will die a man.
Okay, straight into it. Shit.
That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine.
Okay, so that's the weird thing. Apparently, and I've read this, that there are no pictures available of Brigitte Macron in her early years of childhood. And that's where that whole thing comes into play of everyone saying that this is Brigitte Macron, which is actually a photo of a boy.
Like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what discovery is for. We're going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to discovery.
Whoa, Candace Owens means business. Apparently this is not the first time that Brigitte has sued someone for calling her a man. So hey, what's another case? I mean, it's not exactly doing wonders for your self-esteem to keep having to prove that you don't have a meat and two veg in your pants.
I think that we owe that to the world.
You all heard that now. We owe it to the world to know if the French president's wife has a dick. We gotta know if she has a dick.
I'm sorry, Basil. I thought she was a man.
We are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Okay, I will see you in court. You heard it there. Candace Owens does not like Brigitte Macron. Here's Candace commenting a little bit more about the current lawsuit.
Frankly, I find this all to be irresistible and delicious. The lawsuit is it's what we could just go a lot of places here. The discovery alone is going to be out of this world.
I mean, that would be kind of amazing, wouldn't it? Can you imagine if this did go to court and that everyone discovered that she actually has a dick? I mean, who cares about the real pressing political issues out there in France? No, we want to know, does Madame President have a cock and balls?
We would be required to depose President Donald Trump, getting to the bottom of that conversation. I bet there were cameras. Maybe we'd be able to maybe he was wired. I don't know. Same day that you were here, I got the phone call. So what's going on? Which, by the way, he acknowledges that the phone call happened in this filing.
Okay, she briefly mentions here how she received a phone call from the White House telling her to shut up and stop talking shit about Brigitte Macron, and that she had this conversation with Trump, and Trump even acknowledged the phone call. But we'll get into that in a moment. Just wait.
My lawyer being able to sit across and ask Brigitte Macron questions about her penis. Brigitte would then be compelled for the first time to answer them under oath. Again, you have definitively met your match. I cannot stand corruption. I cannot stand people that think they have the power to use and abuse people.
I mean, Candace is right here, isn't she? She's challenging her right to free speech. She's challenging her right to say that Brigitte has a dick. Oh, fucking hell. Of all the free speech cases out there, she has a dick.
I don't like that. I don't like the attack dogs that you're sending around. It's very obvious because you played the game this morning. Like I said, you sent this lawsuit because you wanted to smear me. It's not going to work. Okay, you've met your match.
Yeah, from one lady to another. You don't want to be smearing no one, okay? All ladies know that smearing isn't a fun experience.
You're paying attention to what's happening with Epstein, what's going on here. We are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them.
Okay, so in light of this whole Epstein thing that's going on, she is lumping Brigitte Macron into that circle. She's saying you're basically just another male politician that likes the youngins just a little too much, and we don't like it.
I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Bring it on. Let's see it. Let's see Candace Owens versus Brigitte Macron in court, battling it out to determine whether or not Brigitte has a dick. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you Exhibition A, a sample from Brigitte's lingerie collection. You'll notice that the crotch on the panties has a distinct bulge indentation in the fabric. We put it to you, the jury, that Brigitte Macron does in fact have a cock that made the indentation in the fabric of said panties. And here we're going to take a look at this fucking bizarre story about Candace Owens talking to Trump and trying to convince him that Brigitte does in fact have a penis.
Mr. President, I'm telling you, that woman has a penis. That's a man, Mr. President. She got a big old French lady cock and balls.
Something happened all the way back in February, and I was sworn to secrecy temporarily, and I feel that today is the correct day to inform audiences because it may have some severe global implications. So here is what happened, all right?
It may have some severe global implications. The French president's wife having a dick and balls may have severe global consequences. Okay.
I received a very strange message from a friend of mine. I have something to tell you from the White House. They asked me to call you. Somebody very high up at the White House has asked me to ask you if, as a favor, you could stop speaking about Brigitte Macron. Ironically, as a podcast, we had just ended our Brigitte Macron series 4 days earlier. And I say, who? Who specifically called you? It's somebody that has the president's ear. And I tell my friend, I said, no, it's free speech. When I checked online, I realized Emmanuel Macron is in Washington, D.C. And he had departed the White House just hours before I received the call.
I love the conspiratorial undertones of this. I received a call, and just hours before, the French president himself was with Trump in the White House. Ergo, one can conclude that it was in fact the French president who told this person to call from the White House saying, shut the fuck up, stop talking shit about my lady having a dick.
When I call that person back, they tell me something that is even stranger. Emmanuel Macron is holding up negotiations to end the Russian and Ukrainian war unless you stop speaking about his wife.
The severe global implications of Candace Owens talking shit about Brigitte Macron's penis may end with Ukraine and Russia not declaring a ceasefire. What the fuck? Literally, this is what we're talking about here. The subject of the elusive French Madam President's cock has inserted itself into the vaginal chasm that is Ukraine and Russia and is hypothetically thrusting itself in between the two countries, preventing an end to the war. I tell you what, many wars in history have been fought over women, but furthermore, many wars could have ended had it not been from some dickhead inserting themselves into it. I mean, this shit is mental.
Up the next morning, it's February 26th, and I get another message that's like, hey, keep your phone on. And anyways, this phone call is coming from Florida. I pick up the phone, and lo and behold, so here's what happened.
Right, so here's the conversation between Candace and Trump.
It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me, and in true President Trump fashion, he jumps right into the narrative. And the topic of conversation, no matter which way you want to slice it, it's about Macron's wife's penis. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right?
LOL.
Like Macron, we're speaking at the White House, and I'm walking him to his car. And, he says to me, Mr. President, can I speak to you for a second? I say, of course you can speak to me about anything. What's going on? He tells me that Emmanuel Macron is requesting to his face that I stop speaking about his wife. And one of the things Trump said is like, he tells me, she's old. And this is really, really impacting her.
This is fucking bizarre. This is so off the scales bizarre. She is having a conversation with Trump, who alleges that Macron has told him to put this bitch back in her place and stop saying my wife has a dick.
And he said, I saw her, Candace, I saw her up close. She looks like a woman to me. She looks like a woman to me. I had dinner with her at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And I explained to him she has had this amazing doctor who specializes in transgenderism. And I said to Trump, and I will be honest, that I said to him, respectfully, Mr. President, it's not my fault that he married someone with a penis.
Oh shit. It's not my fault that he married someone with a penis. This is clown world shit. What the fuck is going on? So Trump allegedly told Candace Owens to stop making remarks about the French president's wife's dick. I tell you what, I hope this goes to court and I hope this is televised because this will be fucking funny as hell. So yeah, tell me what you think down in the comments. Have I missed something? Is there more incriminating evidence to suggest that there is a dick and balls? Is there something I missed that I should know? Thanks so much for watching. That was nuts. That was nuts. Allegedly. Remember to check me out on Rumble, BitChute, or X, and I'll catch you in the next video. Tits out, everyone.
Tits.